Hey guys, it's Jordan here, back again with another video. Today I wanted to talk about two pair of shoes instead of just one. I guess we could just kill two birds with one stone, especially because they're about the same brand of shoes. Today I mainly wanted to review the Salomon ACS Pro Advanced, but I also wanted to slide in an extra review of the Salomon XA Pro 1 Mid. So if you clicked on this video, you're probably here for the ACS Pro Advanced. It's the more popular of the two sneakers, which is why I'm going to save it for a couple minutes in. I'll put a little time mark so you can skip right to it, but I did want to talk about the XA Pro 1 Mid first because it's a way less known sneaker by Salomon. I got it for a pretty good deal, and surprisingly, I actually like it just as much, if not more, than the ACS Pro Advanced. Alright guys, so getting right into the XA Pro 1 Mid, and I'm just going to call it the XA Pro. It's called Mid because they actually do have a shorter version that fits more like the ACS Pro Advanced. This one kind of has like an ankle on it with these two pull tabs to help get them on, kind of like what you would see in a boot. And obviously you see that there's Gore-Tex on the shoe. Most of the colored parts, the chocolate part and the blue part, are both Gore-Tex, while your back heel counter here is more of a khaki color, and it is just a mesh, while the front is like a hard covered, like I don't know if it's a rubber or a PU or something like that, but it feels harder on the front and the toe cap than anywhere else on the shoe. On the bottom of both sneakers, you're going to get a very nice Conta Grip rubber sole. These are very similar to a Vibram sole, but it's just Salomon's version of the Vibram sole. So they pretty much are competing with Vibram, in my opinion, with these particular soles. I think they work pretty good for the shoes. I haven't really used them for mountain and outdoor hiking terrains yet, but just walking around the city on sidewalks and gravel and things like that, these definitely feel very substantial on the foot. Now, just as a side note about the history of Salomon, before I go too much more in depth on the two shoes, Salomon actually started in 1947 as a company that kind of produced things for skiing, like skiing equipment. They've made like snowboards and skis and all sorts of different things throughout the years. But recently, a lot of rappers and streetwear people have been spotted wearing different pairs of Salomon, so they've kind of had this resurgence in the streetwear and gorpcore and techwear fashion industries that led to the shoes being a lot more popular today and having more mainstream looking colorways that people can get behind. Moving on and talking about the comfort of the XA Pro, this shoe, in my opinion, is just a little bit more comfortable than the ACS Pro Advanced. Now, I think once I wear both of these shoes in and wear them like, for a couple of months opposed to just wearing them for a couple of days or wearing them around the house, they might break in a little bit better, but off rip, this shoe is more cushioned on the inside than the ACS Pro Advanced. You can probably see around the heel counters, it's kind of like a squishier material that feels really good to slip on your foot. But yeah, other than that, the XA Pro 1 is just a very well-made shoe. It fits very nicely, it's very comfortable, and it feels like it'll be durable and it'll hold up over time. The XA Pro 1 Mid retailed at around $200, but around Black Friday, November-ish, Salomon had a sale where the shoes were $80, and that's when I got them. They had a bunch of different colors, and that was the colorway I felt like went best for me. I'll show you some of the other colorways right now, and on to the ACS Pro Advanced. This is the shoe you're likely here for, and this is probably the thumbnail of the video as well. This sneaker, the ACS Pro Advanced, is one of the newer silhouettes of sneakers that Salomon has put out. It's actually based on an ACS model from the past that looked very similar, but they just took that formula and kind of made it just look a little bit more modern, futuristic, added a bunch of awesome colorways, did a bunch of awesome collabs, and all in all, this was honestly one of the more popular sleeper sneaker recommendations that I got last year, and I'm very glad that I got it. Just like the other pair of Salomons, this pair has a Conta Grip sole on it. Once again, a very great sole. Feels like it'll last for a long time, and I'll definitely make a follow-up video in a couple years or a year after I've worn the shoes for a bit to see how that's held up and see how well it's worked for me. Now, a special feature about the ACS Pro Advance is instead of having traditional laces, it actually has a pulley system or a tab system where you can just pull this string and tighten the laces automatically. So it's an automatic lacing system is what Salomon calls it. And it makes it a lot easier to tie your shoes. You don't have to do the loop-de-loop and pull anymore. But I did find in my quote-unquote testing that I was able to just use my muscle memory to quickly tie the XA Pro 1 Mid way faster than I was able to kind of fidget with the tab and tighten the automatic lacing system and then tuck the tab underneath the tongue with this special Velcro pouch that they include. It's a very cool system. It's very innovative. It's a lot easier, and I imagine that people who might have arthritis or something might have an easier time tying that shoe opposed to like the traditional way that we were all kind of taught to tie them growing up. But yeah, just for the first couple of weeks of having the shoe, I found that I can actually tie my shoe faster than I can use the automatic lacing system. But maybe after a couple of weeks and months of getting used to it, it'll be a little bit more like second nature. In terms of the comfort of the ACS Pro Advanced, in my opinion, it's a little bit less comfortable than the XA Pro 1 Mid. I did notice that after wearing the shoe for a couple of hours that wasn't as much of a problem for me, but just like initial put on, like side-by-side comparison, like let me put on this sneaker and then immediately put on the other one, the XA Pro 1 is way more comfortable than the ACS Pro Advanced. Just side-by-side comparison, it's a more comfortable shoe. There's more cushioning on the insole. There's more cushioning around your ankle and foot. It's just more comfortable. The ACS Pro Advanced looks a lot cooler though. It goes a lot nicer with a multitude of outfits for me, and I feel like I can wear them as like an everyday type shoe. The XA Pro 1 Mid I'd probably wear for more sporty looking outfits or outfits where I know I'm going to be outside. I kind of bought those with the intentions of getting them dirty and taking them outside and going places and not really caring what happens to them. While the ACS Pro kind of feels like a shoe that you could get dirty, but you don't really want to. It's kind of like edging that territory of just looking really cool and you wanting to keep it looking cool for a long time. Another interesting tidbit about the ACS Pro Advanced that I'm not sure I got really good B-roll footage of, so I'm just going to show it to you here, is the side paneling on here is see-through. It's mesh. So, I mean, I don't think it's so see-through where if you're wearing like wacky socks that you'll be able to see it through the mesh, but it's just to give you an idea of the breathability of the shoe and the fact that if water were to get on this shoe, it would get inside the shoe pretty easily. I mean, there's not Gore-Tex on here. So that's just a food for thought. You can see right through the shoe from certain angles. It's also worth mentioning that the ACS Pro Advance has 2 pull tabs on the back. They look really cool. They're not as useful as they are on the XA Pro 1 Mid or as useful as they would be on a pair of boots, just because these are low top sneakers and they're relatively easy to get your foot in without having to use a pull tab. But they look cool aesthetically, and I just figured I'd show them to you. Other than that, for me, it goes without saying the ACS Pro Advance is a better looking sneaker than the XA Pro 1 Mid. There are different colorways available that you might like more, and it is all up to opinion and suggestion, but it seems like Salomon was trying to make a trendier looking sneaker with the ACS Pro Advanced. You can see it with the metallic silver eyelets for the automatic lacing system. You can see it with the crazy colorways and collaborations that they've done. And you can see it with the overall styling of the shoe. It kind of just looks like this new age of chunky sneakers that we're kind of dealing with today. It kind of fits that aesthetic that people are looking for. So I definitely say look out for the ACS Pro Advance to continue to be a popular sneaker for Salomon and for them to keep releasing cooler colorways. And honestly, I'll probably end up buying another pair if these end up becoming beaters after a while. And I actually have a second pair of the ACS Pro Advance in that exact same colorway that I acquired, but I was going to probably end up just selling. So wrapping up, I think both sneakers look really great. They look great with a multitude of different outfits, whether it be joggers, sweatpants, jeans, khakis, chinos. You can kind of pair these up with anything. They look good with baggier pants, and they also look good with slim fitting pants. It really just kind of depends on how the rest of your outfit looks and comes together. But I think that they're both awesome shoes. They both should be taken into consideration, and if you don't want to bite the bullet and pay $200 for the ACS Pro Advanced or $150 or however much they are when they're on sale. You can check out some other models of Salomon sneakers that aren't just the XT6 or the XT4. There are other models that they make that are pretty cool looking. They have a lot of crazy different colors, and that's why I wanted to show you two of those today that aren't just the XT6 and the XT4 that everyone else is wearing. And I know I've been making a lot of shoe videos lately, but I just wanted to get through all of my shoe collection before I started kind of going through my clothing collection and putting together outfits and the whole nine. So bear with me because there's only one more shoe video that needs to be recorded, and that's going to be, well, I might as well make it a surprise. You guys will see it whenever I upload it. But for now, have a good one and enjoy your day.